How are we doing, guys? Russell here, and welcome to week 3. So, yeah, first video that we're going to be walking through today is sleep, stress, and fat loss. Okay, so how these three things are kind of all linked together. So, having a lack of sleep or more sleep, increased stress or decreased stress, and how that can have effect on weight management. So, weight gaining, weight loss, fat loss, and so on. Okay, so as you can see here, look, we've got chronic stress and weight gain, and they are massively linked together. Stress is on, we're feeling stress every single day, but there's different types of stress. We're stressed when we're fatigued, when we're tired, when we're hungry, when our boss is on our back, when we're anxious, we're worried, when we're exercising. So we need to try and keep stress at a minimal and manage stress in order to manage our weight as well. So as you can see here, increased stress, okay, this can set in motion a chain of reactions of events that can lead into like unwanted like pounds and inches in the body. All right, so if we can reduce stress, we reduce this hormone called cortisol, which basically stops our body from working at its optimal when it comes to weight loss, and we can regain the cycle so that we can actually combat a hormone called leptin, which is associated with hunger, overeating, undereating, and so on, which will then limit our chances of fat storage and help us manage our weight. Okay, so just to kind of elaborate on that, so when we get stressed, guys, and stress can be from work, lack of exercise, stressful environment, massively linked to lack of sleep, we get a rise in this hormone called cortisol in the body. When we get a rise of cortisol through stress, it kind of slows down reactions in the body, like turning our turning our protein into new muscle. It will stop us from turning over more fat cells, pretty much just shut down the weight loss system in the body. This will also increase our leptin sensitivity, okay? So ghrelin, which we'll go into a bit, makes us feel hungry, and leptin makes us feel full. But when we have a lot of cortisol in the body, we kind of feel hungry all the time. And if you're like myself, when I've had a lack of sleep, I'm really tired and really fatigued, I usually am going to be craving more sugary foods. I want to eat like carbohydrates, I want to be eating bread, pasta, sugar, sweets, fast food. And obviously, this is going to increase hunger because we're going to be stretching the belly, our leptin sensitivity is going to go down, and that's going to increase more fat storage and increase weight. Okay, so I'm going to go into more depth on this in a second. So we'll move on from there. So, this hormone called cortisol, I just want to kind of explain to you the effects of this on the body. So, this can be linked to hypertension, which is blood pressure, depression, a decrease in metabolism, so the amount of calories that you turn over. It can decrease your immune system, so you're more susceptible to things like diseases, illnesses, even death. You know, cortisol linked to stress can put you in an early grave. It can actually put you in, keep you in bed, keep you bedridden. You're going to get chronic fatigue where you're constantly feeling fatigued all the time, which is going to affect your adrenal gland, so your adrenal system, which is actually going to give you your get up and go at times. So your get up and go is going to feel like it's got up and gone. It's going to give you sleep deprivation. It will give you headaches and migraines, tunnel vision, which is lack of focus. It can actually increase acid reflux in the body. It can make you more hostile and angry with people because of that stress management. It's going to increase hunger, and it's going to be really bad for your joints, so things like arthritis. Okay, so this is how bad stress can affect you, and this is to do with stress management, how you're treating your body, how you're treating your mind, and the amount of sleep that you're getting. So you can see again here what we're linking to with high cortisol. So it's why this is so important. Increase in blood sugar, more fat storage. Your body cannot fight off diseases as easily, and you're going to get higher blood pressure. So if you're suffering from any of these symptoms you see here, try and have a little think about what you've been doing in the past. Are you exercising regularly? Are you treating your body well? Are you being more mindful? You know, mindset can come into this. Are you meditating, taking time for yourself? Are you exercising, going for walks, spending time outdoors? This will all link into lowering stress. So going back to this main picture, we were talking a little bit about leptin and hunger and how this works and how chronic stress can do this and how leading to hunger, starving yourself or overeating, you can actually decrease your leptin sensitivity and increase ghrelin in the body. So leptin makes you feel full, Ghrelin makes you feel hungry. I don't know if you remember the old Shreddies advert. There was a little monster that said "Hunger Strikes." His name was Ghrelin. So that's when we were, we're feeling hungry. That's when Ghrelin's going to be in the body more present. So sleep is massively going to link to this. So you can see, look, after crunching numbers on more than 1,000 participants in a study, researchers found that roughly 8 hours of sleep, 6 to 8 in my opinion, correlates with a lower body mass index, lower levels of ghrelin, so feeling hungry all the time, and higher levels of leptin, which is going to signal to the body it's full. Look, if your body's signaling that you're full, your body's going to feel like it doesn't have to be in survival mode. Therefore, it's going to communicate to your thyroid, which is your master of metabolism, to turn up your metabolism so that you're working more efficiently. Your brain doesn't know that you have food in the fridge. Your brain doesn't know that there's a supermarket over the road. It just thinks that, are we releasing enough ghrelin or enough leptin? So if we're overproducing ghrelin to feel hungry, the body's going to feel like it's starving. If the body feels like it's starving, it's going to tell the metabolism to slow down to keep you alive for longer. That's how these like starvation diets aren't helping you. Yo-yoing isn't helping you, and not eating enough isn't helping you. But then overeating, the other side, you're going to have less leptin sensitivity because you are overeating. So you're not going to feel full. Have you ever noticed that the more you eat, the more you feel hungry? I usually feel this after like a binge at the weekend. I'm like, I could just eat more and more and more. Whereas if I wasn't to do so, I actually feel hungry and satisfied. So if I'm feeling hungry and satisfied and eating towards my BMR, which we spoke about in earlier weeks, we're eating towards our optimal, towards our fingerprint for how many calories we need. So if leptin is more sensitive, more present in the body, we're going to get a decrease in body mass and body weight and body fat because we are actually signaling to the brain that we're in a good, satisfied, a feasted mode, so that we're able to actually increase the metabolism to work more efficiently. So really, the more you eat, the more you burn, if done little and often, and towards your metabolism, so your BMR. All right. So sleep is massively going to come into this, guys. So here's some tips for better sleep. So you can see, look, maintain a consistent daily schedule. Going to sleep at the same time gets you into a routine. I find that also, which is obvious, reducing your caffeine intake is going to help with that. I won't have any caffeine usually till after any time after 12 or 1 is my limit, so I get a good night's sleep. I turn off things around me like computers, screens, and the rest, so that I'm able to actually be in a darker room. So the darker I can get my room to be, the more chemicals I'm going to release to actually make me sleepy and get into a better sleep. Don't go to bed on a full stomach. Eating things like red meat, steak, high fatty foods, your body's going to be breaking it down. It's going to give you disrupted sleep. Also, don't go to bed on an empty stomach because you're going to be hungry. Regular exercise. So number 6 is the biggest one for me, okay? If you're exercising more often, your body's working more optimal, you find that you're relieving more stress. You're also having better stress management. If you've got a better stress management, you're actually able to work more productively. You can have better energy, more focus, so that you come home in a better mind frame, so that you can relax and unwind before bed. All right. You can see 7 there. Limit before bed is beverage consumption, obviously, so we don't get up in the night for to go to the toilet. Keep your room dark and quiet. Really, invest into good bedding so that you've got a good, a comfortable mattress and so on. And go to sleep waking up using your internal alarm clock. I know we can't do this all the time, but if you can, on the days that you're not working, wake up naturally and go to bed when you're tired. Don't fight it. That's really going to help. Okay, so just going back to leptin, just to show you how this works. So you can see here, overeating. So if we're overeating, the brain senses low leptin and it leads to food cravings and overeating. So that's what happens if we starve ourselves for too long or we eat too much, overeat. We're going to get more food cravings where we're going to crave more, we're going to overeat, we're going to binge. It's going to increase our calorie intake, which is therefore going to get us to gain weight. If we gain weight, we're going to build up a resistance to leptin rather than more of it. Because we've got an abundance of calories, leptin isn't going to be used as efficiently, and it's going to disrupt this signal going to the brain all the time, which is going to communicate to your thyroid, which is for your master control center for metabolism. And it's going to tell your body to turn the metabolism down rather than up. If this is, this is quite deep level stuff here, guys, but hopefully this is making sense. If it's not, post in the group and I can explain more, or if you see me in any of the bootcamp sessions, I can explain this in more detail, okay? So stress management. Things I do to manage stress is I take time out every day for myself, even if it's 10 to 15 minutes. I may listen to music, I may watch a YouTube video, I may meditate, read a book, whatever it may be. All right. I make sure that I get fresh air every day. So if I can, I will walk further if I need to from certain places. I exercise regularly as well. But you can see here, this is like a little 5-point tip for you. So when you're stressed out, you need to identify what's behind the stress and address it straight away. If you don't address it straight away and if you don't identify it, it's going to keep lingering on, guys. I always say that if you leave things in the past or overthink and don't deal with things straight away, that can lead to depressive thoughts, stress, and so on. So you want to deal with things there and in the present. 2, talk to your loved ones about them. Talk to your colleagues, talk to your friends, so that it always helps to get it off your chest. 3, simplify your life by shortening your to-do list and learning to say no. Sometimes we just want to do everything at once, but shorten that to-do list to the 1 to 3 things that are really going to make a change in your life there and then, and say no to the rest. So that you're quietening your mind, as you can see in number 4, and you can go through real mindfulness. You can practice mindfulness for free on YouTube. You can download books, apps, audio tapes, videos on how to become more mindful, how to practice meditation every day. It really, really does help. Some of the most Zen-like or successful, chilled out, happy people I've ever come across or follow all practice meditation. And I try to myself. And also number 5, find things to do that you enjoy, such as hobbies and physical activity. So if, going to the gym outside these sessions isn't for you, find something that you enjoy and do that daily. So lastly, you can see a few more here. Book a spa break every now and then. It's nice to do this every couple of months or so. Listen to your favourite music. Seek therapy if you need. Exercise. Find a hobby. Meditation. Yoga. Get out in nature. How often do we stuck behind a desk all day and then get behind the steering wheel, then get behind the TV, go to bed, wake up, brush our teeth, and repeat that same routine? Get better time management. Manage your time effectively so that you can actually have time to yourself. We often say this all the time, I don't have any time to myself. But if you used to look back and organise your day, I'm sure you could squeeze in 5 to 10 minutes just for you every single day. All right, guys, so hopefully this helps. Any questions, fire them in the group. And this might just give you a bit of an insight for you to do some more research or practice some more mindfulness so that you can manage your sleep better, your stress levels better, so that you can actually control your weight for life.